All right, we'll go ahead and just get started. We'll call the meeting to order at 6:02. And we'll start with roll call.
Mary Ann Banks.
Here.
Natalie Drozda.
Here.
Ian Hurley.
Here.
Pat King.
Here.
Tom Langston. Amanda Rost.
Here.
Tom Sufchuk. Michelle Varno.
Here.
And JJ Zanetta.
Here.
Then next up is approving the minutes that are in your packet from the last meeting back in June.
Amanda, real quick before
Yes.
we do that, I'd just like to welcome our new junior board member,
Okay.
Lorenzo Danley. And maybe he dropped off panel. No, there he is. Maybe he could introduce himself.
Thank you. Hi, I'm Enzo. I'm a senior. I'm at Lebanon High School, and I look forward to working with you guys. Thank you.
Thanks, Enzo.
Yeah, Enzo, if you have any questions throughout, please feel free to chime in and ask anything you want to know if you need background or anything, and I'll try to provide some extra background for you as well.
Okay, thank you.
And Tom is now here.
Thank you.
Yes, so now we're trying to approve the meeting minutes here. So in your packet, you'll see the minutes from the meeting in June. Do we have a motion to approve?
I do have a motion to approve.
A second? A second. And all in favor of approving the minutes? Anyone opposed? Okay, the minutes are approved. Next up is citizens' comments. This is where our citizens have the chance to get up and speak for 5 minutes. Is anyone here to speak? Here to speak, or you're just listening?
I'm running for Ward 4 Commissioner, and parks are important to me and recreation.
So you're just here to listen?
Yeah.
Perfect, okay. And did we have somebody?
Yeah,
Oh, we do.
we have
We
one
have
attendee.
somebody online, so Brenna Crable, if you're here to listen, that's fine. If you're here to talk, that's fine too. If you are here to talk, please say your name and address for the record before you begin, and you'll get 5 minutes. Oh, it's Brenna from.
Yep. Hi, school board director here. So
Picture came up, I was like, oh, never
yeah, I
mind.
was like, no, hi everyone. Glad to be back here for the school board.
Okay, great, thank you. All right, so it looks like we don't have any citizens' comments. And next up is a chairperson report. I don't have anything for that section. Commission liaison report, doesn't look like Craig is here, so we'll move on to staff liaison reports.
Mine's in your packet, just to be brief. Big thing is North Meadowcroft should be wrapped up with the court coating on the 28th. That's a Thursday, 2-day cure. So we'll open that back up for community and recess activities that following Monday. Shade structure will go in later. We're still waiting on one more set of cantilever steel that hasn't shut up yet. So when that gets in, that'll pretty much punch that project out. But no quirks or anything unexpected, going pretty well. So.
Okay, I didn't attend the June meeting, and the July meeting was canceled, so a lot has happened in the rec department in the meantime, but I'll be brief. The swim center is having a good season. We're winding things down. Attendance so far this year has been 46,884. It's about the same as last year, maybe 1,000 or so less, and it's 2,000 people more than 2023. We've added some additional end-of-year swim sessions. We're just really at the mercy of staffing. We're very short lifeguards, and that can change daily. We just canceled this Friday today, so it's a ever-changing situation. But I think we did really, really well, and happy we were able to pull through this final year before a new filtration system. We've also held a few special events, including Lebo Olympics, Daddy-Daughter Dinner Dance, a couple concerts in the park, July 4th celebration. Our summer camps started and ended, so a lot has gone on. Reconstruction on tennis courts 3 and 4 is completed, and we also broke ground on our pickleball court conversion at the Racket Center. So,
And those are the ones up behind it, right?
no, they are right next to Bocce on Morgan and Cedar.
Oh, the first one's right, like below the paddle tennis.
Exactly, courts 1, 2, right on the corner.
Oh, I didn't realize that. I thought they were the ones up top.
That was a site we considered, but we think this is a better site.
Well, you're kind of more away from any homes and any pickleball noise, I would think would be drowned out by the traffic on Cedar.
I think, yeah, it's a noisier place in the racket center. It's much more visible, two-court enclosure, it's lit, so it has all the things we're looking for and high visibility where, we want to promote pickleball. So I think it'll be very successful. I hope it's not too noisy.
Well, no one's bedroom is right outside the court, so.
Well, there's that grassy area and then sort of the shrubs and bushes and things going up the hill that should attenuate the sound too somewhat.
Yeah,
We hope so.
it's got a ways to go up that hill to get to somebody's backyard. Okay, is that all you got?
That's all, thank you.
Awesome. All right, we'll move on to subcommittee reports. Does the Arboretum subcommittee have anything to?
Yes, I do, actually. So I contacted Tree Pittsburgh, and I have a kind of a formal call with them scheduled for next week because they are basically, they've booked all of their tree adoption events for the fall. So if we were going to have another tree giveaway, tree adoption sort of thing, it would have to be in the spring probably. So I was talking about this, and also Tree Pittsburgh also offered a donation in memory of Andrew Grove of 10 trees and their support and structure, stuff like that we could pick up from them.
Okay.
So I said that we would probably take that on behalf of them. So really the question then is, if we're not going to do a tree giveaway this fall, we would do a different sort of event in order to fulfill our requirements for the Township Arboretum. And in talking with Mary Ann, there's a couple of options. The Nature Conservancy's annual meeting and speaker series that they have each year. This one's gonna be about pawpaws, which are a native fruit tree, so we could cross-promote that as part of an Arboretum event. But there's also the idea of having a, ask a landscape architect, an advice table at one of the farmers markets, either the Wednesday or the Saturday farmers market, have a table with just basically ask a person anything, or a landscape architect or master gardener or
Okay.
what have
I was
you.
gonna say, we have access to those people, right?
We have access to
Yeah,
those people.
So that would be a relatively simple thing to do, as
Yes.
long as we came up with some dates. Is the timing on the certification, is it not, it's not annual, is it like calendar year, it's like a different calendar? Because would a spring event not work for
I think we're
or do we
cleared
need to do
for a
one for
little bit.
2025?
I don't think so, but I'll double check.
Yeah, if we're not required until spring, we could hold off and
do
then
the trees.
do a tree. If we have to do it this calendar year, then we could just set up a table and just answer questions about trees.
Yeah,
Yep.
just keep
Just
me
keep me
looped
up to
into
trees.
any of your planning, so it's all for naught if,
Absolutely.
there's requirements on there.
Yeah, if we could double check on the timing of the requirement, that would help. I think that sounds like a great idea. I think that would be, and then if we promote it, obviously, people would know to go and ask questions. I know lots of people who would be interested in just general knowledge or.
Yeah, and during the tree giveaway last November, I felt like a lot of the time I spent was answering questions for people more than just helping them pick which is the right tree
Right.
for their need.
Okay. And then the donation for Andrew Grove, how would we handle that? And like, would we would take those and the township could plant them somewhere or how would we handle that?
I mean, I guess it's, how do you want them to be planted, how, where?
Yeah, when you get more information, just loop me in.
Okay.
And maybe we contact his family and ask them too, if they have a place that they would like to put one, and then maybe there's some other places in town that meant something, that if we can
Yeah.
kind of tie that into
That's a good idea.
to what they would, if you have a favorite
Absolutely.
park or a favorite playground, or if his backyard needs something, or I don't know, just anything.
Do they say anything about size, type, anything
She
like
just
that?
said they would donate 10 trees in memory. She didn't specify, but judging by the tree adoption program, I'm imagining that she said $40 trees for what they would ask for people because, let me figure out how to phrase this. For the tree adoption events, Mount Lebanon isn't covered by their grant for free trees. So we would have to figure out either how to front the money for trees or figure out a fundraising thing, which I think we should avoid. So we'll try to figure something else out, but, oh, sorry, I'm a little disoriented here. Okay, so, what was I just at?
About they were talking about they needed funding.
Oh, yeah,
Or do
yeah.
you need funding?
So
for that?
I will be talking more about this with Laura Lynn at Tree Pittsburgh. And perhaps I'll contact a few other nurseries in the area too as well, just to get, you know, a competitive idea.
Okay.
But yeah, their grant does not cover our area, so it would be about $40 per tree for buy-in to
To
participate
participate in their program.
in their program.
All right. Well, so Phil, you'll update us on the timing
Yes.
and then you'll meet and then we can kind of take it from there. So next month, I think we'll know for sure what we need to.
Yes.
What we need to do. Okay, and then also, yeah, keep me in the loop too on the Andrew Grove thing and we can figure out. And for those with background, Andrew Grove was a board member for a couple of years and passed away suddenly within the last year. And he was heavily involved in the Arboretum Committee, so that's a really nice gesture of them. And he helped organize that event last year, so that's great. All right, anything else with that? I think we can move on to the Trail Connectivity and Mapping Subcommittee. Is there any update there?
Nothing particularly specific since I missed the June meeting, right? I see that it was discussed last month. You know, the subcommittee met a couple times, worked closely with Phil, and Phil, as usual, was great to work with, much appreciated. And Phil, you want to address where you're headed, or?
That landed as a service level. So manager, commission, everyone have the chance to read through that text from what we've formed so far. And the way we mapped it out was to have kind of an artery trail through each park as the first step, something big that everyone uses, gains interest, grows from there. So right now that funding will include X amount of feet through each of the three main passive parks, Rob Hollow, Twin Hills, and Bird. Also will address from an operational standpoint, I gotta flush it all out, but it's looking like we probably could install a second set of steps and avoid work on that switchback at Rob Hollow to connect that valley without getting in the property lines and maintaining a switchback, you know, on a 2-to-1 slope, which probably isn't very favorable. So that's what that service level will look like for it.
Really excellent. So has the budget gone to the commissioners and the manager yet?
No, the workbooks were all due about a week and a half ago. The manager will sit down and go through it, provide his ranking. It goes to workshops from there with commission, so.
Okay, great. I don't know whether it'd be appropriate or if we as a board would want to, in the September meeting, revisit that and perhaps opine favorably.
It's also drafting the text from the work you guys did with ranking things,
Yeah.
that voice is in text, you know, for commission to read through. An item, see at the bottom, you know, what interest level it peaked with everyone, so that whole exercise we go through, it's been incorporated into all those service levels.
That's great, thank you. I'm excited about the prospect of the stairs at Rob Hollow, because those are, that's deadly for old guys like me right now.
Okay, great. All right, we'll move on to old business. First up is the youth sports organization oversight and umbrella organization. I don't have any updates on that in particular. I'm hoping to, in the next 2 weeks, to wrap up my last year of flag football, and then I'm hoping in September, October, November to really try to get some work done on moving that forward. Starting a nonprofit that at least would join all the youth sports organizations under a committee to meet and share ideas and things like that, and then working deeper level with that with the municipality and school district on trying to consolidate some scheduling things and stuff like that. So lots to do there and hoping to get some time to do that this fall. Next up is the proposal to rename Middlefield. I think Tom is taking a child to college also, so he's not here tonight. I don't have anything on that. David, do you know anything? I don't either. So we'll skip that until we see Tom hopefully next month. Next up is the concept to combine a new recreation center with a new stadium. Do we have any updates on that?
I don't have anything to present tonight, but I will in the future. We didn't meet last month. The one thing I would like to do, especially in terms of we have some new members on the board this year, I would like to revisit this as an idea and perhaps to have another motion, if not this month, next month, to encourage and to kind of restate our position that we would like the municipality to take a leadership role in developing a strategic partnership with the school district, if it's possible, if it's feasible, and to, in the spirit of maximum utilization and optimization of our facilities and town assets. And it's not so much the idea of the concept that is important, but I do think the idea of sharing and partnering in some capacity where it makes sense and could save the taxpayers potentially X millions of dollars is a good idea. So having the discussion, I do strongly support. We're going on a year, and we've heard very little to nothing has been done on this, or any really viable discussions of any manner between the two entities. And everyone's busy and everyone's doing things, but there are large capital projects coming up, both at the municipal level and at the school district. So the timing is good to have these type of strategic level discussions. So I just wanted to, and for those new, JJ, Michelle, Ian, if you haven't looked at the information on the SharePoint site, there's some docs in there for you to familiarize yourself with. It's just stuff that I've thrown together and some work that I've done and preparing some thought leadership on the concept. There's some dollar high-level calculations on some long-term bond rates, potential savings. None of that has been vetted, and none of that is in stone, but it's definitely food for thought. So I would encourage you to look at the information on the website and on the SharePoint site. And if you don't know where to find it, I can get it for you for sure, or I can email it to you all the same. And then I think next month I am gonna make another motion for the group to vote, again, to support having these kind of joint discussions between the municipality and the school district. Part of this might actually fold into and fit into this whole youth sports organization, which is point number one here. There could be some synergies there, because
Well, we would
it's not
certainly, that would
unlike
be
kind of
the,
what you're talking about.
well, that would be the organization that you would go to find out like what all is really needed. And if you were to build
Yeah.
a new whatever facility,
Right.
they would know where there are shortages and
Right.
what kinds of spaces are needed to fit their needs at least.
Yeah.
David, has there been an update on the rec center plan? I know the consultants there was a draft. Has anything ever been finalized and shared publicly, or at least with us with that?
I believe it was to go on the website.
Okay.
And it may be there. I haven't looked lately.
Okay. Because they did do a study for the current rec center and what they wanted to do to alter that. And I think we need to definitely understand what that is as part of this.
There should be a related project in the current CIP.
So can you net that down for us? What does that mean? Did they make a decision on a go-forward plan for the rec center? Did they alter the old plans? Is that done?
No, the main park master plan just outlined 3 options,
Yeah.
from small to very extravagant separate building. I think the interest is primarily in option B in the middle. And that report, there's no decision on that report, it's just a plan, and it should be on our website now. And then,
And it's altering the current rec center, and they had, because the first one had a couple
right,
versions
a
of it.
renovation and small expansion is what that option would look like.
Okay, and this plan was a detailed kind of description of what that would be and what it would include, is that right?
I'm sorry?
This second level of like consultant plan is supposed to be a description of like what that would look like.
Yeah, so the project is how to make option B happen.
Okay,
So,
that should be
This
out
is the
there.
this is what would have happened between January and like last month, like over the last 6 months. This is the result of that. That's on the website now?
that plan is on the website, and then the CIP, I think that's also on the website now. The 26 through 30 CIP.
Okay. So the altered idea or renovation is on the website now.
I
Okay,
believe so, yes.
cool.
And for our new members and for me, who's been doing this a long time, refresh my memory on the timing for the rest of this year for like budget stuff. So if everybody remembers, we put out our list, we gave them our list in terms of how we rated things, rated projects, and then you said the CIP is out. So can you explain just a quick overview of what happens next for the commissioners? They
Well,
look
yeah,
at it.
so the CIP is separate animal. That document's done. It'll be recommended to the commission to accept. It's just a planning document. The budget, where we are in that stage right now is the staff has put together our budgets. We're in the process of meeting with finance and reviewing them right now. Once finance is done reviewing, they sit down and the manager does his ranking and puts together what's called the manager's recommended budget. I was just gonna pull up and see if I could see on the schedule when that will be published. Let me take a quick look here, but it's not too far off.
That was always November.
Release is November 1. So there'll be like a copy on the
manager's
website,
budget.
copies in the library, et cetera. Yeah, that's just the manager's budget. And that's the document that's used as the basis for review with the commission. And so that's when the sausage gets made in November.
And that's when all the meetings are, where the
Through a
commission goes
series
through like
of-
section by section,
yes.
and you can go and give your 2
Yes.
cents and stuff. That
Well,
happens in November.
you can do your 2 cents in a public commission meeting.
Right,
In the budget review sessions, there's no
no feedback.
public input unless the commission says, oh, I see Amanda's in the audience, how do you feel about this or
Right.
something? That happens sometimes, but it's primarily the staff presenting their budget and then the commission sort of deliberating on things they want to add, things they want to get rid of. There's usually a list that develops and, there's a surplus and a list and they
Right.
try to fund certain things and they take a little straw vote. And, do you want to fund this? Do you want to fund this? What do you want to put on the list? And then by December, it's really done and it's just a final approval.
And
in
that happens
December.
before the end of the calendar year for
Yeah.
2026.
Yeah, November's where it's really
That's the-
happening,
Okay,
yeah.
all right, thank you, that's helpful for
Sure.
everybody just to understand the timing of that.
And then as far as timeline for anything rec center related, whatever it ends up being, has that been established? Has that been finalized? In other words, is that gonna happen in 26, 27, 28?
You mean when it would happen that
Yeah.
we would renovate the rec center?
Yeah.
Yeah, there's no decision on
So
that
it's
yet.
a couple of years out at
I
least.
think so. I mean, I think, I can't remember what year I slotted it in the CIP, probably not 26, I'm thinking more like 27 or 8.
Yeah.
And again, that's just me. The commission could say, we don't want it till 30, or no, we want it in 27, or whatever. That's just a plan, but I don't see it coming together, next year or anything
And
like
also when
that.
they have other things, like if you think about the other things that, like the turf is that slotted for 2026, because that's on the flat.
I believe I did put it there, and I can't remember if it stayed there.
Returfing that and the lights is.
I think it might have gotten bumped
That's
a
like
little
gotta
bit
be one,
further
that was
down
one of
there.
our top ones, but it's also like timing wise, like the warranty is up.
Right.
I mean, it's getting to the point where it really needs to be done. so. They've got some big ticket items on the list that would fall ahead of the rec center, is I guess what I'm saying. Okay. So we'll continue next month with more updates with that, and we can look at a motion next month if we wanna do that. Okay, the last old business is the dog park research, and is anybody, I don't think there's anything on that yet, is there? Okay. New business, comprehensive plan progress report.
All I wanted to do was just remind you that in the SharePoint site is the update that I sent, Phil and I sent to the planning department. And it's just an update. March every year is when the board would report to the commission what was accomplished in the previous year. So I'm just looking, please review the document. If there's something in there that, Phil or I didn't think of that, you want us to add, let us know. The board was very helpful last year when we put that document together. So we appreciate your input on that. Just review it at your leisure. It's pretty brief and, looks a lot like last year's, only with some expansions. Some updates along the way.
I'll answer my own question when I look at it, David, but does that include the Parks Master Plan and the municipal-wide master plan, or is it mostly focused on the municipal plan?
It's the, what did I just call it? Thank you. It's the comprehensive plan, but keep in mind, the comp plan it builds on the master plan. It has all the same recommendations in there, so it's either or.
It's almost like a checklist of the master plan on like what
Right.
things in the master plan have been accomplished.
Yeah.
So it's kind of outlining that list and saying, check, we've done this, we've
Yeah,
done
and
this.
it's bringing other
we added-
planning documents
we added
together
this to it.
into
Yeah.
one document that is sort of the municipality's plan for the next 10 years. And, right in that document, I had a sort of almost like the short list of things that, we were supposed to try to work towards. So, just take a look, see what you think. And you can shoot me an email, you don't have to wait for a meeting or anything, just feel free.
Okay.
You got it.
I had one quick thing, a question about the for new business. I made my first trip to the Mount Lebanon golf course with my kids. Is there any plan in the sign things where the wayfinding signs we're doing 4 signs on the golf course? Like the holes are not labeled.
There's no T signs, that is true, and
Why?
that is on the front burner in my
Okay.
kitchen right now.
Okay.
It was delayed a bit because we sell T sign advertisements, and the manager, Colin Axter, was trying to put together his advertisers and sell those in advance, get a good number of those and then make one big purchase from the sign manufacturer. It's taking too long. I want him to just, go forward with what you have. We're gonna buy as many as we can in 25 and get them installed, and then get the rest if we can in 26. You're right, the
I was
scorecard
there and I
has.
was like, the scorecard, we were looking at the map, because there's a couple holes where you're like not sure which way to
Yeah.
go afterwards. And I was like, this looks like a place we need signs. All
It's
this talk of
sorely lacking.
wayfinding on the course. I'm trying to figure out where to go.
I think we need to talk internally if they even really need to follow the municipal sign plan to a T, because they're like a internal sign, but they can certainly have that same feel, the same color palette and those kinds of things. I don't know that we need to make them, really fit perfectly in the sign plan, but, we'll take a look. It also depends on budget, cost, and availability of these things. I mean, if we make them custom through the sign program, I'm a little concerned they might be a little too pricey, but We're gonna get them. I just was out there
Just wanted to make sure it was on
today.
someone's radar, that that it was very difficult for a first-time golfer to see
Yeah,
what hole was, and you got to a hole and they're like, well, am I on the right hole? And then you're looking at the card and thinking, I think this is, because it goes like that, like.
it's a little frustrating, and they've been on my radar for a while, but it's just taking too long. I wanna get this done, so.
And they're just gonna say hole number 2, or they're gonna have like a graphic showing the fairway
Or
and
even
all that
just, a
stuff.
lot of them just have yardage, like red tees, white tees, like
I
with the
mean,
total yardage.
Yeah, you could have the sort of a graphic that shows you, where the pin is, but, and then yardage and from each of the tees and so on. And then we'd like to have an advertiser there
So
too,
it's
which
gonna
we
have
could
all
just replace,
Right.
Yeah, good, that's what we're looking for, just a, typical T sign, you would see it, of course.
Is there a lot of revenue generated from those?
No. If it's enough to pay for the sign, that'd be great. And then, then the next year it's pure profit, right? Or well, less the printing cost for the ad.
Right.
But, yeah, it's not, advertising is not a huge revenue generator for us. I mean, it helps, but, that's not what we do. We're not sales reps. We provide programs and facilities. It's just sort of a little extra moneymaker on the side.
Okay, that's good. Anybody else have any other new business to add? Anything? Any other?
Somebody, was it Mindy who came to?
Yeah, Mindy Rani, the former Ward 1 commissioner. And did she send you something?
She did bring me, but I was just saying, she was talking about signage again,
Rob Paula.
at Ron Paulo. Yes. She got you.
We're good.
Okay, great, solid.
Sitting in the shop, ready to go up here.
Excellent.
All right.
All right, any other new business or questions from anybody? Okay, so our next regularly scheduled meeting is going to be Wednesday, September 17th at 6 p.m. again. And you can be here in person or again join it by Zoom. So if we don't have any other business, I will adjourn. Brenna, anything
Hey
else?
everyone, just real quick, if you did make a motion and was ready to talk to the school district about the rec center, I am your person. So that is what I'm here for. So feel free to drop me any emails or chats. I may just have to catch up with you all on the 17th because that's my wedding anniversary. So I just want to let you know I won't be here. But if you have any questions, feel free to let me know.
Okay, great, thank you.
Yep.
Okay, I think we'll go ahead and adjourn then, unless anybody, I feel like we're like almost too quick. If we've forgotten something, so we'll go ahead and adjourn at 6:35.
Thank you.
Perfect.
Excellent.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.